Hello everyone, and welcome to Graveyard of Empires. Today we're going to be taking a look at the new DLC, having a look at some of the more immediate changes, and then trying to do, well, what we typically do, a formable nation in the form of Akhand Bharat. This will involve playing this DLC's flagship country of India, with new portraits, new focuses, new spirits. So, shall we begin? I can get achievements on the preview build. Well, look at that. So here we see our principal four nations, Iraq, Iran, Afghanistan and British Raj, all with new content. But there's a little bit more here too, because I count 6 new nations to play at game start, with Syria, Lebanon, Palestine, Transjordan and Kuwait in the Middle East, but also British Burma over here. While there isn't any direct content relating to these nations beyond some new portraits as we can see here, there is opportunity to do things. For example, Syria has more than one state, meaning you can civil war it and become independent at game start. This is also true for Burma now, or Myanmar, which wasn't even releasable under the previous British focus tree, and India, so this is basically a completely new accessible nation. In terms of some more hidden stuff, we can now see that over here, India now owns the province of Aden, with not only Yemen, but the Federation of South Arabia having it as a core state, meaning that I guess if you want to play as an OPM hidden away at the bottom, this is an option. Additionally, Bahrain has been separated from Qatar, so if you wanted to play an isolated island nation just hidden away in the Gulf, then this could be an option for you. And the final non-Indian thing I'll mention is that in the state of Mosul, there is a core for Assyria, and there could be some interesting content relating to that, if that was something you're looking to go for. Okay, but with that all done, let's look at the new Indian focus tree, and what we're hoping to do. So, onto the road of independence is the focus we're going to be taking, to head towards the League Against Gandhiism, and from there following the forward block down to Hind, so that we can form Akhand Bharat, which is quite a powerful formable nation, if not for the cause, then because your nation's leader gets Uniter of Akhand Bharat, giving you mostly max factories in a state +2. That's quite a lot. So, onto the road of independence we go. Oof, only 2 research slots, that is a little painful. I guess we're going to have to be a bit more calculated with the things we choose to research. So it seems the goal of India, regardless of what path you choose, seems to be about gaining autonomy and going independence, even down the historical path, and that is important to focus on. But I would recommend there is one focus, hidden over here on the right, that you absolutely should get started on early, and that's local recruitment offices. Agrarian society is a massive pain, and every year we can start reducing it. Currently, it's completely tanking our manpower, so the faster we get rid of it, the better. The British government want us to hand over Aden? I don't think so. I'll have you know, this is my glorious entry point into the Middle East. You may not have it. Okay, with agrarian society now on the drop, we can actually focus on doing focuses that will get us autonomy. Time to escape Britain. Oh, we have the opportunity for a new viceroy. Maybe Lord Linlithgow isn't going to screw us over quite so much. It seems the core of our industry focuses are actually kind of nestled in between the political tree, but we can completely sidestep it and just keep moving down towards our main political aims, the League Against Gandhiism. Time to get a silent workhorse. Some things always remain the same. Political power is very important in this focus tree path. Oh, it seems we've gone against Gandhi. Very, very good. Okay, this is the principal choice between going communist or not, and I think we're choosing not. And Spain has just kicked off. Away they go. Once we take the Give Me Blood and I Will Grant You Freedom focus, the civil war will begin, and it's gonna be a big one because I'm pretty sure Britain does get called in. So, we might need to be fast about this. Basically, all the focuses we take in this point are about building up our defences and territory upon the outbreak of war. It's for this reason I recommend not spending too much of your political power, as you're going to need it for the upcoming minigame. and also the riots that are destroying my civs. Having completed that focus, you now unlock decisions to uncore territory. Any uncored territory with more than, I think, 65% resistance, yes, 65, will join you on the event of an outbreak of civil war. But here's the thing though, 60 political power per state, not including the resistance that we have to build there as well, that's going to be over 1,000 political power just to go through all these states. I don't know how I feel about that. Hey, Oscar.
Yes, what is it now?
Why don't you bring down that decision cost to 20 political power?
Alright, 20 pp, game a little hard for you, huh?
Hey, do you want to go down to 10 political power? Alright, there we go, that's a bit better. 20 political power, I think we can manage with that. Hopefully Paradox doesn't leave this in the final build, otherwise that could be embarrassing for me. With all of these states now uncored, it means that they can start building resistance. 65% resistance, and they're on our side in the Civil War. However, in 120 days, our future leader is going to get arrested, so it's probably within our interest to take the focus to make sure he doesn't get arrested. Every time I get political power, boop, I'm taking a state for my side. Okay, got our leader secure. Now let's see if we can promote some... Oh, that doesn't seem good for me at all. But we need to do it, because we need more resistance. In order to boost resistance uprising, I'm actually going to turn off my garrison. That should make things go a little bit quicker. Oh yes, that's a lot of rising resistance. Every time we get protests, it's actually a good thing, because we want resistance. It's kind of funny how bad mechanics have now become good mechanics. With that focus done, we now have a new series of 20 political power decisions to take all across the nation to boost resistance. I've decided to leave just a couple of states uncored, because then we at least have somebody to very quickly go after. But other than them, in the south, I want all of this on our side. An important focus to take prior to the conflict beginning is infiltrate Aden, which for some very cray-cray reason gives you access to the Middle East. Like, actually just, we go after the Middle East. We need 50% war support to actually begin the conflict. I guess we should work down on Azad Hind instead. I've actually noticed that some states aren't quite getting over the 65% line. If you do encounter this, you can actually fix it by taking Swadeshi movement and getting plus 10% on resistance target. That way it should pip you over the line. Okay, I think we should be good to go. We're now above 50% war support. The focus is takeable. Let's just quickly take a look at this map mode. Where do we need up? Bombay. We're going to need Pastar up. Okay, so if we go Bish, Bash, Bosh, hopefully that should be enough to get us across the finish line. Give me blood, and I will grant you freedom. That is a ridiculous amount of red. I'm really banking it all, just starting in this one state. My goodness. Okay, good luck everyone. Let's see what we're dealing with. So, here is the one state we left behind, as predicted. Unfortunately, there appears to be a unit down here near Cochin. We do have Sri Lanka, so we're going to try and get that. Burma is going to be our enemy, so we just need to have some units against them. And finally, there is some absolute chaos happening in the Middle East, because it seems we actually got quite a few units. So maybe we can try and take Yemen and Oman. But the most important thing we need to do, really, is just take this state. So that's going to be our main priority. Interesting how Sandra Bose has charismatic, despite not yet being promoted to Field Marshal. I guess we should help him out with that. For the most part though, the most important thing we need to do is just hold out against the enemy. The states we control are good enough, and we should get an event to escape this madness once the time comes. God, I'm saying it, these units are not the best in the world. I mean, I'm holding what I can, but Goodness me. I think my new perspective is taking this port away from France is probably the most important thing. Oh, is that literally a tile? I'm amazed that these two tiles even connect. Oh. Okay, that is very strange. Apparently, you don't need Salala to win. I literally was losing here and then I just pushed in the northern section. Huh. Well, I suppose we should garrison all the ports. Yeah, I think the line is crumbling now. They really don't have enough troops. I just need to make sure I get French India. Oh, and I suppose getting the tank down here too. Naval invasions are happening, but this is what we expected. We just need to hold them off. Hopefully what's happening on my screen is the basic summary of how I won this. I can literally just 5-speed it, and I'm pretty sure they're all going to be defeated. I'm also kind of pushing into British Burma, but I'm not going to get it in the peace conference, so there's literally no reason to like overextend. And yeah, just remember to garrison the ports wherever you can. I don't think we're going to be able to, but I would like to complete Accelerate Industrialization before the end, because this actually speeds up the recovery on agrarian society. Very unlikely, but it would be nice. Okay, let's just pretend the French didn't naval invade me. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Oh! The chain that broke. We got the event. Oh, that is probably... I literally wasn't even paying attention. Yeah, considering they're basically capitulated and only still here because of the French. Can I actually get the capitulation on my own prior to the event ending? Come on, it must be possible. Oh. Well. And they accepted the peace offer. But I feel like I won on my own. I'm going to be really honest. And my units pointlessly in Burma. Oh, and in case you're wondering, it doesn't matter if you race your units into Muscat, you don't get to keep it. Which is funny, considering they stacked about 8 British divisions down here. Okay, let's hope this focus doesn't... Pain. Never mind. At least it does mean we can now start the final branch of our focus tree, Hindutva, which allows us to go after Akhand Bharat and do the Formable Nation. I don't even think I mentioned it, but yeah, Oman is now a puppet of the British, which is kind of annoying, but they are 2 states, so if you want to play as them, you can civil war yourself out of being a puppet. Oh, they're actually 3 states. My. And Oman has a core on Oman. Now that is really a micronation within a nation. Here's another interesting interaction that I don't get out of this. For some reason, I kept Sri Lanka or Ceylon, but I didn't keep French India. I really don't understand how the white piece works here, but I guess I'm happy that I at least got Sri Lanka. It's time to say goodbye to our old leader and welcome in our brand new one in the form of Vinayak and his trendy hat. He's a Hindu nationalist, which gives us some interesting stuff. Justify Wargle time is going to be very important. Core territory and the annex cost. I really can't emphasize the power of the annex cost, but that's going to come later. Now, let's see about that formable nation. Okay, let's take a look at the decision. So, Akhand Bharat, no image, but that's fine, has a formable nation here. And to get it, we're going to need the Maldives, Bhutan, British Burma, Pakistan, which we already have, Sri Lanka, which apparently we don't have. Oh, we just haven't got it yet. Okay. Afghanistan, that's a tricky one. Nepal and Tibet. Well, I think the good news is we can already click the button to core Sri Lanka. Done. Additionally, the next easy target pretty clearly is Bhutan, so I guess we should just click that. And immediately we should have the option to retake core states. Until such a time that we haven't taken Bhutan, we won't be able to do anything else, so it really is one at a time. That's why taking out the smallest ones and then working yourself up to the bigger ones is probably the best option. In the meantime, there are other things for you to worry about. For example, we basically have 0 research whatsoever, and there is the risk of the Bengal famine, so by taking focuses like expand healthcare facilities, we can try and avoid it. So maybe we should work on that Great Depression. Getting war goals on minor nations with instant calls seems to be pretty fast. I guess this is going to be something of a doddle. Yeah, I didn't have too much confidence in the forces of Bhutan. But hey, at least they lasted longer than Denmark. So with Bhutan done, it seems we've only got 5 more nations to go. My mind could say that Nepal is the next target, and I guess in some regards they should be, but is it just me or does Nepal have far more units than it used to? Meanwhile, over in Tibet, they seem to only have about 7, so a part of me feels like we could kind of get the jump on Tibet and claim them faster. 70 days. Should be fine. Oh, and also make sure to link up the supply line to Bhutan now that you've taken it. Supply is everything. Goodness, it's 1939 and I feel like agrarian society has massively been reduced. This is going pretty well. Okay, a short stint in Tibet. What's the worst that can happen? I would say I would like some mountaineers right now, but we can't always get lucky. Luckily, this single tile is all we need to do to just push through in the center line. And as always, make sure the supply lines are connected. Oh. Okay, it seems that literally just taking these 5 tiles on the right was all I needed. Ugh, let's not think about the border gore. Before we start our next conflict, I just want to get my next research slot. I feel like I'm really lacking behind and I'm so much focused on expansion. 1939 and only 2 research slots really hurts. I think it's time we deal with Nepal. So this is where things might get a little bit strange in my plan. Because Nepal is so tightly guarded in the mountains with mountaineer divisions, I don't particularly care to really invade them properly. What I do care is for them to invade me and I circle around and take Kathmandu. The issue is a risk of famine. A famine will trigger if one of these are true. We lose a core territory and fail to take it back within 30 days. I'm not sure what the timeline is between me losing a state and me being able to get it back by getting Kathmandu. It's going to be very close, and I'm not very confident that we're going to make it. So it's probably within my interest to start working down for quinine, which is going to help us if a famine begins. So, military pensions. Oh goodness me, there goes World War II. I feel like considering the timeline we're doing pretty good in terms of scale. Okay, let's see about Nepal. Should all go to plan, they should lose their entrenchment and just start moving out. And then it's up to us to take advantage of potential encirclements. Just build a line up against here and just take Kathmandu, the only thing that matters. Maybe we could just walk in straight away. Yep, they left Kathmandu open. Huh. So if you're ever struggling with mountains and mountaineers, just leave the mountains. They don't really mean anything once they reach the rivers. Now I know it's not part of the campaign, but I am kind of wondering. We've generated so little tension. Are we allowed to take Iran? Oh goodness me, Iraq has gone fash. Well, they're gonna get invaded. But yeah, is Iran on the cards? It's kind of a long justification, but it's not impossible. Let's see what we can do. Taking quinine. Oh look, there goes the United Kingdom invading Iraq, as is standard Hoi 4 now. And since they instantly join the Axis, there's no way for you to snipe them. They're either guaranteed by the Allies or joined the Axis. There is no middle ground. My 4th research slot is hidden inside Azad Hind by going down war taxes and education efforts. A lot of the research slots are kind of a little bit off the way, so you are going to have to hunt them down. The justification is complete. So, here's the plan. Iran in the current version has 0 navy whatsoever, and I just dedicated a significant amount of time to build a single destroyer. Literally the cheapest destroyer I could. I'm not sure how good it's really going to be, but if we can get any kind of superiority in the Persian Gulf, we can launch a backside naval invasion and then push to Tehran. Well, I'm seeing green. That's usually a good sign. Oh, the Strait of Hormuz. Now, that could cause some problems. Well, I guess we now know what's gonna screw me over. Okay, that's fair enough. Changes. We can still push through. Okay, by successfully taking Bandar-e Abbas, we should be able to now launch these naval invasions. Please ignore the fact that I got encircled in the north. I was too busy focusing on the south. Huh, I'm trying to do a naval invasion, and as soon as I try and pass through the strait, the arrow doesn't exist anymore. And I can't do it. I'm gonna say this is probably the wonders of using an early release build, so I guess my naval invasion strat isn't going to work out. The push to Tehran is a slow one. The only good news is we have the supply because we have all of the ports. But if not for that, this would be much more annoying. Are there any supply hubs on the route? Okay, there would have been one here in Iraq. But my goodness, other than that, there is not much in Iran. Okay, is the route to the capital open? That is the million-dollar question. I think the capital is open. Oh god, they're pushing in here. Stop! Yes, it is open. We got it. Very good indeed. Maybe if we sneak around the northwest, we can actually pick up some victory points. No guarantees though. Wait, I'm sorry. What? I thought these front lines had basically solidified into nothing. Iran offers to swear fealty. Iran becomes our puppet. Huh. Well, welcome to the team, New Persian Empire. That really is not the ending I expected. I was literally about to just push straight through and annex them, but I guess if they're going to offer me a free puppets, there's no problem with that. Although I do think it's strange that they're still called Reichsprotectorate, despite the fact I'm pretty sure we're not German. I guess next up we deal with Afghanistan. Because Afghanistan is basically just the same problem as Nepal, my goal is to completely retreat out of any territory and let them become their own graveyard. Okay, it seems the madness never ends. With Iran done, we go straight into Afghanistan. Yes, fall for my trap. Come into my territory. Oh, it seems paradropping does actually work. That's nice, I suppose. I guess while they're busy dealing with the paratroopers on their backline, we now need to use our major forces to push into the front line. Okay, I think we're taking Kabul. Maybe it's just these three that we need. Oh no, and there begins the famine. I guess there was only so long we could have tried to prevent the famine before it would eventually come for us. How many more tiles must we take? It seems to go on and on and on. Okay. Well, that was significantly faster than taking down Iran. Of course, it did come at the cost of now triggering the Bengal famine, so we're going to have to deal with that. Oh no. So it seems that in order to form the formable nation of Akhand Bharat, there are 3 things we yet need to do. Take the Maldives. Well, I've got a plan for that set up already. Take Burma. That's going to be a little bit annoying because of how many units they seem to spawn. Yeah, quite a few. But apparently, we don't own everything in Tibet. That is because Tibet apparently owns a core here in Zaikang. So it seems we might have to go to war with the Chinese United Front. So I think the plan is we need to immediately go after China so we can try and farm as much participation as possible. I'm not sure how many units I'm supposed to have on their border, but as you can see, supply is a little bit dire. Maybe we can try and build a supply line. Okay, justification complete. They don't seem to have too many units on the border, Xinjiang really struggling in the north. Maybe this will work out. Well, I like the look of those green bubbles. It seems like there's literally no resistance, but I'm telling you, as soon as we start pushing into the Gobi Desert, it's a complete disaster. A famine is coming. Not the most Reddit-worthy encirclements in the world, but I'm taking what I can get. God, Xinjiang really has just no supply, does it? Just terrible. Oh, we've met up with the Japanese in a straightforward push. I'll take that. That should be good. Amazing. We capitulate Xinjiang, but somehow Japan gets the territory? Does that make any sense to anybody? I have no reason why the Chinese line is basically open. Okay, not quite so open, but it has been really open most of the time. There hasn't been too much fighting to show. The Soviet Union declared war on the new Persian Empire. Huh. Honestly, I hadn't really considered going into conflict with the Soviets. I think if that's the case, I better join the Japanese. Oh great, I'm at war with Mongolia too. Oh, the joys just get better and better. Wait! Oh! Oh! I think we won. Well, that is certainly what I didn't expect to happen. Okay, sure. Well, this peace deal is literally awful. Good to see that neither me or the Japanese had enough war score to get the rest of Xinjiang and Zhaibai-Sanma. The Chinese United Front lives. So because our famine has begun, we've had to spend political power using decisions and focuses that we've unlocked to try and reduce its spread. Hopefully, it won't last for too long, but every time it does spread, we actually lose political power, stability and war support. A tremendous amount. Religious violence, as the push for independence gains momentum? Huh, I think that event might have overstayed its welcome in terms of our independence movement. You're maybe about 5 years too late. I guess I'll take the war support. Okay, let's see if we can't take down our final enemy, the British. Let's claim the Burmese states. Since the Japanese are already in a war with them, I suppose we can just be called in now and ask for the cause if they're taken by Thailand. God, this is such a terrible idea. This game is so over. Okay, can we at least paradrop onto the Maldives? No, we cannot paradrop, but apparently we can naval invade, so it seems those paratroopers were completely useless. Oh my goodness, we've been naval invaded. Okay, well the paratroopers do have a use now. Get to the front line. We really cannot have that. That is literally worst case scenario, is naval invasions. Did they invade? Okay, at least something good came of this nonsense. How bad are the naval invasions going to be? Oh, we've lost the Middle East. I forgot about the Middle East, yeah. Oh, no. Okay, just get Burma. Maldives states claimed. Okay, we need Burma. Got it. Literally no units here right now because they seem to all be fighting in Thailand and Vietnam. Oh my god, Ragoon is open. Okay, sure, they forgot. They forgot. Is that a Japanese tank? Why don't you use it, my friend? Oh, there are too many Americans here. Okay, British Burma's gone. Big, huge even. But I don't technically control all the states, do I? They're under the current ownership of the enemy. I think they're surprisingly on the retreat, and these lads in the north are actually encircled, so Burma has basically been restored. Can someone explain to me what supply the Americans are rocking, that they simply refuse to die in these pockets? Like, I'm losing it, I have no idea. You do not want to know how hard it is to fight just to keep the Afghan cause. Like, this is tooth and nail up here. Oh my goodness. My biggest hope is that most of this territory is impassable. I'm just praying that these units can hold out in this little spot. They should really stop pushing, they should just hold. I legitimately think the final hurdle for us getting this seems to be these absolute losers hiding in these mountains. They have no supply apart from this hypothetical capital. Finally, some green. Not a lot, but some. Okay, We've divided them in two. Maybe now we can try and take them down. Oh, finally, a yellow bubble. I'll take it. Green, even better. And the final remnants of troops in Burma are coming to an end. Boop. And boop. Okay. So, what? So, that should be everything. Tibet, all core states are fully controlled by us and is a core. Oh no. The formable nation is broken in the pre-build. The issue is, for those who are interested, is that Tibet didn't have this state at the time that I took the decision to go after them, which meant that when I declared and did it, it didn't give me a core on here either. So the way to have done it would have been to manually justify on Tibet, not take the decision, annex them, then go after China, annex this state, then release Tibet again, then take the decision, then annex them again using all cores. That's how you would have been able to do this. Oh, what a disaster. Well, I did change the code earlier to fix something. Do we see any reason why I shouldn't change the code now? That is not my fault. That is nothing to do with me. There is no feasible way anymore for me to get a core. Like, I am soft locked. That's it. I'm going into the code. After jimmying around with the code, we have now unlocked the ability to form Akhand Bharat, which gives our leader a ridiculously overpowered trait, giving us plus factories and construction speed, so this nation can supercharge its industrial capability. Additionally, agrarian society is basically removed, as well as giving us a research slot. So, how do we look? I'd say, all things considered, that is a pretty good looking nation. I guess it's a shame that it required going to war with Britain just for these small territories on the side. I kind of feel like there's more that could have been done with this nation as I wrap up this video, because I've kind of formed the nation and now I'm stuck in a forever war against the Soviets and the United States, so I'm not going to win. Oh, I like the flag, by the way. That's a nice flag. I think my key takeaway from this has been that the annexation of Burma and also the Maldives should not have been anywhere near as problematic as it was just then. I don't know how the British would be so determined to keep Burma and the Maldives if India was independent and this much of a power. I feel like it wouldn't be their priority. Also, there was no key way for us to actually gain access to French India and Goa through this path, even when I was at war with France, which was an interesting quirk of the White Peace. So, I do actually like this path. I've got to 1942 and there is still so much for us to do. Plenty of industry focuses, plenty of stuff to work through down to Hindutva to get the Hindu martial tradition, but these are mostly just military buffs and I have no intention of carrying on. Additionally, I didn't even touch any of the army, building up my reserves, air force, and I just dipped into navy. So yeah, plenty of focuses and different things to try out. And this was just one branch. I guess what I'm saying is, I actually really like the India path. I just think it needs a little bit more TLC on top, just to refine some of the things we've encountered, and maybe change up how certain things are happening, like the PP cost. But I'm pretty sure that got changed on the day release patch. Alright, with that, I'll say thank you very much for watching. Graveyard of Empires is available now. If you want to go after Persia and have them be puppeted only to drag you into war with the Comintern, you can go get it and play it for yourself. If you liked this video, feel free to like, feel free to subscribe, and I'll see you all, hopefully for another achievement or something. Akhand, bye?